if I move.
Hey, 7th grade. You get to see a different part of my house. We're now going to do the video in my bedroom today because my daughters are downstairs video chatting while playing Minecraft. Whatever. So, welcome to my crazy town of a life. As you all know, I am not a huge fan of LMS, but I understand why we have to keep this up because we do have quite a few 8th graders who are sick. Sorry, my husband is sneaking out of the bedroom, which is making me laugh because he's trying to end up on the video. Anyway, so we do need to be praying for everybody who is sick in 8th grade. We have some people who have strep throat, I've heard through emails, some who have COVID, different things. So, and just pray for this whole crazy mess that we're in right now. My lesson plans said that we were going to kind of go over some stuff that's not in an official lesson, and then toward the end of the week go back to the actual lessons, because what's happening is we're getting very close to the last couple of weeks of Jesus's life. And there's more as far as the actual lessons, but there's more stuff that Jesus did as far as teaching and preaching that I want to talk about. So, here is the way the week's going to go. We will not have a memory verse quiz on Friday again, but you will have a memory verse. And I forgot where it is. It's John 14 something. But it's where Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And that's actually kind of, John 14 is what my Bible study was on this past week. And there's some stuff in there that I want to share with you, but I'll wait and share with you about that later. That goes with that scripture. That I was just like, we really need to have that as a memory verse at some point. This week seems like a good week to do that. So that's, you're going to type that each day of the week. On Friday, you'll attach it to LMS that you have typed it for 5 times. Then, not every day, but some days I will have videos. I don't think I'm going to do a video all 5 days. And what you will do on the days I have a video is you will type 2-3 sentences about something that you liked from the video. Basically, this is a participation grade. Basically, this is that I have watched the video. Because what I would really like to do is to have a conversation with you, but that's kind of hard. So I just need you to type 2-3 sentences. You can, on Word, Google Docs, whatever, attach it to LMS, which is basically just saying, yep, I listened. So in the back of the book, I just realized I messed up. In the back of the book, the teacher book, hold on one second. Jason, bring me a Bible. In the back of the teacher's book, it has study guide, and then it has miracles of Jesus, and it just lists all of Jesus's miracles. And so there's some of them that we've already talked about. There's some that we haven't, but that I want to look at. First one is the healing of the nobleman's son. Which is in John chapter 4. I pulled a very blonde mom moment here and was like, oh, I'm just going to take my phone upstairs and do the Bible. I can't video on the Bible and look at the Bible on the same phone. So anyway, John chapter 4. It sounds like the kids are getting into an argument downstairs. As I said, welcome to my crazy house. John 4:46. Jesus goes back to Cana. Of course, Cana is where the first miracle took place, the turning of the water into wine. Once more, he visited Cana in Galilee, where he had turned the water into wine. And there was a certain royal official whose son lay sick at Capernaum. When this man heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee from Judea, he went to him and begged him to come and heal his son, who was close to death. Unless you people see miraculous signs and wonders, Jesus told him, you will never believe. The royal official said, Sir, come down before my child dies. Jesus replied, You may go, your son will live. The man took Jesus at his word and departed. While he was still on the way, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living. And when he inquired as to the time when his son got better, they said to him, "The fever left him yesterday at the 7th hour." Then the father realized that this was the exact time at which Jesus had said to him, "Your son will live." So he and all his household believed. This was the second miraculous sign that Jesus performed, which that one I think is also in your packet that you were supposed to have done. And the thing there that I want you to notice is when Jesus performs these miracles, they're all different. Sometimes he actually does something like making the paste with the mud to heal the blind man. Sometimes he just says it and the person is better. Sometimes it's like this. He was not even near the boy. He just said to dad, "Go back home to your son. The son will be better." And I just find that quite amazing. This one we've talked about before, that healing of Peter's mother-in-law. That actually shows up in both Matthew, Mark, and Luke. I'm going to go back to Matthew 8, chapter 8. Like I said, we don't hear a whole lot about the disciples and whether they had families or lives or whatever, but Peter apparently had a mother-in-law. So if he has a mother-in-law, then obviously he has a wife. Actually, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. The faith of the centurion. Now, this is interesting because the centurion is a Roman official. So this would be a Roman soldier here. Matthew 8:5. When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking him for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home, paralyzed with terrible suffering." Jesus said to him, "I will go and heal him." The centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, 'Go,' and he goes, and that one, 'Come,' and he comes. I say to my servant, 'Do this,' and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was astonished and said to those following him, "I tell you the truth, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. I say to you that many will come from the east and the west and will take their places at the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of the teeth." In other words, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that's the Jews, who should have seen that, okay, Jesus is fulfilling all of the Old Testament scriptures that we know, that we have grown up hearing, that we have grown up studying. Jesus is fulfilling all of these. And the Jews aren't getting it. But this centurion, who doesn't necessarily have a clue who Jesus is as far as fulfilling the Old Testament script prophecies, who doesn't necessarily know the one true God, but he's just heard that Jesus can do these amazing things. And so he's like, "Hey, I believe that you can do these, you can heal my servant just like you've done all this other stuff. And I believe that you have the same authority that I do to be able to say, 'Hey, you go do this,' and it's going to happen." And Jesus is saying, he gets it. You all who grew up with the Old Testament scriptures, you Pharisees and teachers of the law who spend your entire lives studying the scriptures, aren't getting it, aren't seeing that I am the one that is fulfilling these prophecies, that I am God's son. And so this Roman official gets it. You who are not getting it, you who do not believe that I am who I say I am, you're going to be thrown out with the weeping and the gnashing of teeth at the end of times. Then Jesus said to the centurion, "Go, it will be done just as you believed." And his servant was healed at that very moment. When Jesus came into Peter's house, he saw Peter's mother-in-law lying in bed with a fever. He touched her hand and the fever left her, and she got up and began to wait on him. Now, notice there the immediacy and the completeness. With all of Jesus' miracles, that's the way it is. It's immediate and it's complete. Peter's mother-in-law goes from lying in bed sick, not able to do anything, to being completely healed to the point that she can get up and fix food for everybody. And she's immediately healed. And time again, you'll see that with Jesus' miracles, that they're immediate and they are complete. When evening came, many who were demon-possessed were brought to him, and he drove out the spirits with the word and healed all the sick. Remember, we're reading in Matthew, and Matthew is all about fulfilling the prophecies and how Jesus fulfilled the prophecies. And once again, this is what we see here. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took up our infirmities and carried our diseases. So your homework assignment for today is to type your memory verse once. You won't attach it until Friday. Type me up a 2-3 sentence paragraph telling me something that either you learned from the scripture we just read and the miracles we just talked about, or that you find interesting about the scriptures that we just learned. Something to give me some idea that you did actually listen to the video. And then you'll get an extra credit point if you include the fact that I had Timmy in my lap at the end of the video. Hi, everybody. And that this video was made in my bedroom. That will kind of clinch the deal that you actually listened to the video. So I will see you probably not till Wednesday. We probably only do 3 videos this week. But you will need to type your memory verse every day. See you later.